Greetings, Geechlings. Geechin Prime here with my review of One Piece Chapter 884, Who, which we do find out who at the end of the chapter. But anyway, starts off cover story, the Triple X Gym Martial Arts Alliance. Yeah, I had to look it up because I was like, I don't remember what they're collectively called. Also, I looked up their names, obviously. You had Blue Gilly, which I was like, it's Gilly, right? But I didn't remember the blue. You know, so many characters, it's hard to keep up with them. Abdullah and Jeet. I remembered the Jeet, and then I got Abdullah wrong, so sorry about that. But anyway, they had come across those ships that were fighting on the sea last week or so. Yeah, it was last week's thing, I think. And turns out it's just a conflict between Long Arm and Long Legs, which 1,000-year problem. Why that's even a problem, I'm not sure. Which one is more superior, I guess? I don't know. That's never really been revealed, has it? Maybe it'll get revealed in this little cover story. But anyway, on to the real meat of this review. Luffy starts landing a lot of hits on Katakuri, and I mean, you know, Rhino Snyder. Last week he got a Kong gun in there, and it looked like the fight had been taking a major turn here. We'll get to that, but it's because Luffy now knows Katakuri's secret, which really, it was so obvious. It's his observation haki. He just molds his body to dodge attacks. Apparently it's been some time since he had ever taken any damage, as we later find out. But I assume it's because of, combined with maybe a lack of, energy mixed with his, frustration, anger, which he contributes that to how Luffy defeated Cracker. It's like, yes, now I know how Cracker probably lost. Which, I guess, looking back at that fight, it makes more sense. But, or it was just the unnervingness that's like, he's eating all of my biscuit soldiers. It's like, he'll hit me soon. I don't know. But, so yeah, that's Cracker's secret, essentially. And he's essentially just been giving Luffy a chance with this, but it's going to go back to square one, as he states. He pulls out 2 new moves, Peerless Donuts, which I don't know if that's actually an attack he just made up on the spot or what, because of his donut snack that he was interrupted with. But I think this is a sister attack to what he comes up with next, which is Strength Mochi, which is like remote arms that he controls. They just kind of float, and then they're like Block Mochi. So floating Block Mochi arms. He gives Luffy quite the punch, sends him flying, which is sad because Luffy had been doing so good up to that point. But, that's how a fight has to work. If it's just one-sided, it's not fun. But I assume they're sister attacks when I looked back on it. So, yeah. So, half the chapter, roughly, was about Katakuri and Luffy. That was fine. We got a whole chapter of it last week, so a lot of action. But, anyway, then we change over. Cocoa Island. Pound is trying to get into the factory to see Chiffon, because, remember, he was on the boat when they were flying on the carpet to Cocoa Island, so he saw her and he wants to talk to his daughter a little bit. He knew it was her. She hasn't changed physically since she was a baby, which, that's whatever. Some babies do look a lot like they do as later on in their lives, so it's fine. Anyway, Chiffon and Sanji were having like a little discussion about like the screaming that was going on outside. She doesn't recognize her father's voice. Makes sense. Another screwed up element of the Charlotte family. you know, it's like, okay, you gave me kids, now get out of my life, Pound. But, so yeah, she doesn't know her father, probably at all. So, but, then, Brule is relaying to Pudding the Straw Hats' plan. They're going to meet Luffy on Cocoa Island at 1 a.m. Sanji, who was listening, you know, now knows that the plan has changed a little bit. Which, that's going to be interesting. When does a plan ever stay the same in One Piece? I mean, it changes it probably at least 3 times. But she says that Luffy won't survive, you know. Katakuri is their powerhouse, next to Big Mom, of course. And it was like, and the Straw Hats will get to Cocoa Island, and then they'll just be destroyed by Big Mom, and who should be following. She does not seem to know that they went to Nuts Island. So, Perospero what's the term? It doesn't matter. He's just been kind of slacking off, you know, which maybe he hasn't had time to call, I don't know. Which I'm guessing that because it's like 9 hours apparently until the rendezvous, they've been fighting for about an hour, so how has he not had time? But anyway, then we see Oven has made it to Cocoa Island. He wanted to enter the factory, but the citizens are like, no, Lady Pudding said not for anyone to enter. And he's like, I'll abide by my sister's request. Then he sees Pound and gets a devious look in his face and just starts beating up the poor guy. It's like, no, please. It's like, dear Oven. It's like, don't you remember who I am? It's like, yes, I remember you, father-in-law, which had to have been a mistranslation, you know. Just saying father would have been creepy enough, right? You know, and it's like quotation marks. It's like father. But and just starts beating up the poor dude. And I feel for Pound every chapter he's in. He's had it rough. But you know, second example in this chapter that this family is screwed up. You know, Pudding asked Sanji if he heard the call and if he was worried about Luffy. Sanji's like, you know, Luffy's got it. And that, I mean, that was even after she was like, but Katakuri has $1 billion bounty. He's so strong. And it's like, Luffy, he's gonna do it. I believe in my captain. Then Pudding off screen goes supernova again with her love of Sanji. So, you know, they were like, did someone cook her? Overcooked pudding, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, now back at the info base camp with Mont Dore, and I don't really remember anyone else of significance that was there. He's obviously still wondering where the sea slugs are, which we see in another panel swimming off screen. Where are they going? Someone is singing. We get a quick scene with the Straw Hats on the Sunny, and they're like, no one's following us, but we're staying on watch because they got Chopper and Carrot on watch, further cementing her as the future watchman of the Straw Hats, and our lookout. And Jinbei is like, I hope the Sun Pirates made it out okay. Which then, the biggest reveal of the chapter, we see Praline, I think Alendine and some of the other Sun Pirates, they were playing music, and she's singing, and it's drawing in all the sea slugs so that they're not, you know, acting as radars anymore, which, hey, big One Piece community theory confirmed. So, that's awesome. That's been about 10 or so weeks in the works, so I commend anyone who came up with that theory. I've been somewhat in support of it for most of my knowledge of its being. And, yeah, the further it went along, the more it seemed like that was how it was going to be. So, yeah, overall, I'll give this chapter a 4. I mean, it had some nice moments. No, I'll give it a 4.5. Yeah, because good fights, good structure for the story going forward with, you know, everyone's kind of converging on Coco Island, and where is Big Mom? That's the biggest issue I have, is that, you know, why did she divert her attention away from the Straw Hats? But whatever, that'll get explained somewhere. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I have a Twitter, so I'll see you on there. I'll have a theory out tomorrow. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe again. And I'll see you next time. Keechlings, roll out.